Hi guys, thanks for joining me today for today's episode of Fun and Easy Sewing. Today I'm going to show you a very cute, simple dress that you can make from a men's dress shirt. It's really simple to make, takes about 20 minutes tops, and I think you'll really enjoy making it. Let's get started. First thing you want to do is make sure that your shirt is laying completely flat. Smooth out all creases. And this one's a little longer in the back, so that's why it doesn't line up. But if yours can line up, line it up. It's probably best if you iron it first. I didn't, but it would probably make the process a little bit easier. Now we're going to go ahead and determine the width. You want there to be plenty of space to be able to fit over the head and shoulders. My daughter is only 19 months old, so I don't need that much space. So what I'm going to do is just cut off a little bit off the edges here. And I'm going to measure each side to make sure that it's even. And then I'm going to take my fabric marker and mark all the way up and in for an armhole, across and in for another armhole, and come back down. So it's best if you have a ruler. I use my rotary cutting mat, whatever it is that works for you. Also, you are going to want to definitely measure their height from about the sternum down, because that's where the dress is going to fall. You don't want to make the dress too long or too short. Okay guys, I have my pattern all sketched out. By the way, this is an awesome device for when you're sewing. It's a disappearing ink pen. So all you have to do is put a little bit of water on these little marks and they will come off. I want to show you guys a little something up here. It's okay if this area is not perfect. It's going to be sewn in, but you do want to add a little bit more length than you normally would to an armhole, because this area right here is going to be folded over. This part can be a little bit tricky. This is where you're going to make your cuts. Make sure that you keep the shirt completely flat when you're cutting, because you're cutting the back as well. Now I have my pattern all cut out. You might want to save the rest of the shirt, because I'm going to make another tutorial on how to make a cute flower headband from it. This is the part where you're going to go ahead and use your iron. You're going to want to fold over the arm area 1/3 of an inch and then fold again. Pin that area in place. We'll come back to it later. Leave about 2.5 inches towards the top of the dress. You'll find out in a second. As you can see, I'm working on the top of the dress now. Fold this area over 1/2 inch, iron, then fold another 1/2 inch. It should look something like this. Pin this area down. Both of my pieces are ready. It's time to start sewing. What I'm going to do is a top basting stitch all the way around this area. This area you're going to want to do a 1/4 of an inch basting top stitch. This area you're going to want to do a 1/2 inch basting top stitch. Make sure you don't sew over this corner area like I did. I had to pull out the stitches. You're going to want to leave this area open so that you can allow your safety pin to go through this area. Now that the tops of your dress are all sewn up, you're ready to start sewing the sides. Pin your dress together, right sides together. Now both of my sides of my dress are pinned and ready to sew. I'm going to go ahead and sew these edge areas with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Trim off all your excess threads and turn your dress right side out. Your dress should look something like this at this point. You're going to take your ribbon and your safety pin and connect the ribbon to the end of the safety pin and weave it through this top area and this back area. When you're finished stringing through your ribbon, tie a bow in the front of the dress. If you prefer, singe the edges of the ribbon. That'll keep them from fraying. Thank you so much for joining me today for this fun little tutorial. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page so that you can see all the exciting tutorials I have coming up. Also, I'd love to see pictures of the dresses that you make. Please send them to loveyourbabyboutique@aol.com. Thanks again, and remember, sewing is fun.